Okay, I'm gonna walk you through how to make a basic pleated face mask. We've got a 7x9, 2 pieces of fabric. You wanna put the sides that'll be exposed together. You can start on the corner. I like to start about in the middle because we'll need to leave a space open to flip the mask inside out. So I'm gonna go faster and sew around this thing. When you get down to the corner, if you are one of the lucky people to have elastic, you are gonna wanna put it in there before you get to the corner, because otherwise you're going to have to take the thread out. You could also put in your ribbon. If you're gonna do ribbon, you're gonna need to do 4 pieces that are gonna be able to tie behind your head here. You could do it afterwards. If you're not an advanced sewer, then you can just, even if you're hand stitching this, you can do it afterwards. But if you can figure out how to get it inside, you want to double stitch over that elastic because there's going to be a lot of pressure on that. It's going to be used quite a bit in and out. So here's where you got to find your elastic and pull it back across the, so it's sticking out just a little bit. You'll trim that off when we're done. Over, back. And you can bolt along this edge so you get close to the corner again. Get your elastic, tuck it in there, leave it just a little bit exposed so you have some control over it. Back stitch over it to give it some strength. Switch your corner, make sure your elastic's out of the way. Find your elastic in there. Let it stick out a little bit. And we started, this is my starting point, so I want to leave a good 1.5 or 2 inches to flip my fabric inside out. I have decided after many requests that I am going to put them on my Etsy site. I am only going to charge shipping, which is about $3 to $5 depending on the weight if you're getting more than one. If you live locally, I can drop it in your mailbox. I'm not gonna come see you in person just because, you know, germs. So the elastic or ribbon that you put in is gonna make it much easier to flip it out. Now, if you're one of those people who is a perfectionist and you need to iron everything and get your corners perfectly, you know, crisp, by all means, go to your iron and do that. But I feel like we are in need of a lot of these right now, so taking up unnecessary time isn't on my to-do list. I like this fabric because it's the Friends fabric, and everybody gets a good chuckle when they watch that show. They say we should be watching shows that are goofy and give us good memories. I wonder what shows you're watching. Comment in there what you're gonna watch to keep you going through this. I'm just gonna fix that corner, just looked a little too tucked in, so before I shut my opening, I use my finger to tuck that corner out a bit. I have been known to use a pin to do that as well if I get to a point where I can't get inside the object anymore. I use a pin to untuck it. Oh, like right here, I can, look at that, I can show you how to do it. You just kind of put your pin in there and give it a little pull up. You don't want to do too hard because you don't want to create a hole in there, but there we go. I was using my old sewing machine. I invested in this last year because I am sewing a lot. Before this crisis, I was sewing a lot, and I needed a machine that could keep up with all the things I was making. And I went back to my old machine when Matt was having to stay down here. And let me tell you what, I have found a newfound appreciation for this machine because that one was so slow. I don't know how I worked on it for years. We're almost done here. I'm not a perfectionist, so it's gonna go really quickly. We're getting to the end where I started. We're gonna backstitch. And lucky me, my machine cuts the thread for me. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create our pleats. I don't know how well you can see this, but I just tuck, keep it pinched, and tuck. Some people would need to use an iron for this, for sure. So it does take some hand dexterity to get through making a pleat without any pins or anything. But I've made a bunch of these over the last month. I'm also gonna backstitch over the pleat so it is strong, it doesn't come apart from multiple uses. And when you get to the other side, because you have a sewn pleat, you can actually just kind of give it a tug and it'll fall into place. I do find that sewing down the pleat is better than sewing against the pleat because your fabric won't kick up. And other than trimming my loose pieces here, it's done. I mean, that's how quick it takes. What are we at? 7 minutes to make one. I'll put it on and show you. I'd recommend anytime you're buying these masks from anybody to wash them before you wear them. There you go. Protected.